Hey Group 1, and welcome to your reading. So the theme of your reading is upskill, work, career, and crossroads. So this is a card that is telling you that whatever you are working on or building in your life, that there is still room to grow and to learn. Whether that is in school or at your job, or maybe something in life generally, there is room to keep growing and to learn more. So maybe you need to go hit the library, maybe you need to take a course or further your schooling, or if you're working at a job, maybe there is room to improve on some aspect which would eventually help you to get a promotion. But here there is room to grow, which will be beneficial for you, whether it is for your current job or maybe something for the future. Because even if you are educated in something, it's possible that maybe you aren't going for that job that you have been educated in, but maybe that education will lead you for something else. So let's see what your tarot has to say about this. Okay, so some of you will need to, some of you will manage to get a deeper grasp on your emotional state. So maybe things that are rooted with your emotions, such as family matters or partnerships, something that maybe has been causing you stress, worry, anxiety. These are the things, and the root of those emotions that causes those emotions. You need to find that root and start fixing it. Find solutions for it. Maybe do one of those timeline healings. Something that you will need to learn to manage, handle, forgive, or move on from. I would say considering you have the Three of Pentacles, I would say that something you need to learn will involve other people. So maybe there are people in your life that are learning lessons for you. If you find that you're around people that give you feelings of frustration, try to see what it is about those people, their qualities or characteristics, behavior, whatever it is, that does give you these emotions, and try to find how it connects to you and your inner being. Maybe there's something, maybe they're like a reflection of a mirror where you're seeing something that you need to change about yourself. So there's something involving people here that you need to learn more about, whether it's learning more about yourself and changing aspects of yourself, but there are things that you need to let go of. Because in order to learn this lesson or lessons that you need to learn, there are things that you need to grasp, gain control of, walk away from, and they aren't easy things. The Eight of Cups is like a sort of mourning, and you don't mourn for things that are very easily to walk away from. Mourning involves, or grieving, involves situations that are very hard for you. So maybe there are relationships that you know are making things harder for you or holding you back, but maybe you're so used to them, and maybe these are people that have been in your life for so long, and it's hard to walk away from them, but this is something that you will have to do. Maybe it's a job that you see that is draining you, that is draining your soul, and you're always frustrated and aggressive and angry. And maybe it's hard to walk away from it because the money is good, or you have maybe good relationships with some co-workers. But try to see the pros and cons of whatever the situation is. And is the good money worth your soul being damaged? Or is it better to have something that you're happy to wake up to that maybe gives you less money? Or a better relationship that you may have in the future might require you to walk away from something that you're so used to, that is basically making you constantly frustrated and angry. Some of you may need to learn to juggle maybe work and home life, or your spiritual and physical practices and beliefs. There is some balancing that you do have to work on. For you, Group 1, there's just a lot of educating and learning and observing and improving on yourself, your home life, your work life that you need to take part in. Don't just go day by day in autopilot mode, because life is meant for you to be living it, not just existing. So try to see what you can improve on. Okay, so what you do need to know is that you are focused on a direction, or you should be focused on a direction. Maybe some of you are all over the place, but try to keep your eye and your mind on that goal that you've been trying to get to, because it's possible that you're allowing distractions to take you on all these different side paths when your eye was always on this one goal. So try to step away and clear your mind of all these other distractions. Sit with yourself somewhere where you can really think and meditate and just focus on what it is that you want your life to be like. Imagine it. When you wake up, what would that life be like that you're trying to aim for? And then find solutions on how to get there. So work work in reverse, like see the main goal, and then like a ladder, try to find the steps to get there. What's the easiest route, or the fastest, or the most beneficial for you? And then work your way up to that goal, and you'll find it that it's maybe even a lot more easier than you thought. Maybe you've been distracting yourself too much, or maybe other people, family, friends, co-workers, maybe they have been distracting you from getting there. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so you got a fiery climax approaches, and what do you need to release? So for you, Group 1, there are things that you need to release from your life, because those are the things that may be holding you back from getting this direct energy to get to where you need to be. Don't let other people hold you back. Don't let other circumstances, your past, whatever it is, traumas, problems, issues, emotions, don't ever let those hold you back. So try to see what it is you need to release, what you need to juggle, what you need to learn to get to where you need to be. Okay? So please, if you have enjoyed this reading and you wish to see more, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and comment on any suggestions or thoughts you may have had for your reading, and I'll see you next time. Hey Group 2, and welcome to your reading. So the theme of your reading is connect with water. Ocean, water spirits, hydrate. So some of you maybe aren't hydrating yourself enough. You should be drinking plenty of water, which will help improve your skin, your organs, and just your way of life. Since your body is made up of water, you need water to keep replenishing it. Some of you, if you do live near sources of water like lakes, streams, rivers, oceans, seas, maybe try to be in it, sit near it, whatever it is, observe it, look at it, the way it moves, which will be healing for you. If you do live in a climate right now that is warmer, getting warmer, try to enjoy yourself in water. Try to maybe sit in shallow water and meditate and allow those currents to just be around you and to remove all those negative emotions or depression or whatever it is that has been holding you down. So just try to connect with water. So let's see what your tarot has to say. Another thing that I do feel about this connect with water is that some of you need to connect with your emotions. Maybe you've been bottling a lot of emotions throughout the years or recently, and they need to be released. So if you need to put on sad songs or whatever it is and cry it out, all those tears need to be released, because within those tears are the emotions that you've been bottling. So try to release whatever it is you need to release. Okay, so for you guys, there are things that are bubbling to the surface. There are actions, there's movement that is occurring in your life right now. But there also is some deception. Some of you may be deceived by either people or your own emotions. Maybe you're listening to certain sources like media or other people that may be manipulating your emotions and telling you how to feel, what to think. So there is some deception going on. That's why I think this water card is important, because there is some deep, deep emotions here. And some of them may not be yours. Maybe you've been left to feel a certain way because of someone, or things you've been listening to that isn't even truth, or has nothing to do with you, and you've been absorbing all that within you. So for some of you, there is a calling here that you need to separate yourself from everything and tune into your own water within you, your own emotions, what it is you think, what it is you feel, and try to connect with that deeply. And the best way for you to do that is to connect with water. So if you can't sit in a source of water because maybe it's getting cold where you are, or maybe you don't have any sources of water near you, you can also do that in your bath. So fill your bath, maybe put some sea salt in there, and just meditate. Just try not to fall asleep, because that can be dangerous. But try to meditate, or just take deep breaths, focus on your breathing, and just relax, and try to remove all these thoughts and just be in a state of calmness. And try to ask yourself who you are, what do you want in life, and who are you outside of all this that other sources has made you out to be. Who are you outside, let's say, your gender, your race, your beliefs? Who are you if all of these things didn't exist? If everyone, let's say, if you were the same color as everyone else, if you were the same race, religion, belief as everyone else, if there was all one in everything, who are you beyond all that? So try to find your inner core, because there's a lot of confusion here. There's a lot of mist and fog and deception around you. And you do need to work on this and connect to your inner core to find who you truly are. Okay, so voice of the wind. You're being called to listen beyond this physical realm, to maybe sit somewhere and listen to yourself deep within, your higher self, your guide. This is hard to explain if you aren't aware of these things. But your intuition can tell you so much more than what your brain can tell you. You have to remember that your brain has only grown with you in this lifetime. So it is as old as your entire body is. But your intuition is ancient. It has followed you from one lifetime to the next. And it has a lot more knowledge than your brain does. So try to look within and find that intuition. What your intuition is telling you, and that is the best way you know what to do for yourself and your life to make it better. And the best way to do this is to listen to how your body reacts to things. So if you feel, let's say, when you're around some people, try to observe how your body reacts. Is it full of joy? Is it excited? Is it bouncing off the walls? Or do you find yourself feeling anxious, hard to open up, hard to talk to that certain person, as if like maybe your words are stuck? And I don't mean in the sense that you have a crush on them, but just there are people in our lives that we have a hard time even talking to, as if there's some kind of a wall there. Trust those feelings and emotions, because it's like a sensor telling you maybe this person is fake, and that's why you're having a hard time talking to them, because you're feeling like they aren't the type of people that you should be around. Okay, if you're finding yourself feeling anxious, maybe there's something about this person that scares you and you keep shrugging it off. So the more you listen to your body and how you feel, and I don't mean feelings like what the mainstream is now making feelings out to be, this, like people are all these sensitives and special snowflakes, but how you truly feel within this human body, not as your race or gender, but within this human body, how do you feel about certain people, about within certain environments? And the more you listen to this feeling and cut out the things that you feel negative about, and surround yourself and be part of areas that you feel better in, the more you listen and trust this feeling, the stronger it will become. It's basically like a muscle. Okay, so listen to the depth of your soul, not this surface, shallow thing that the media and other people have turned you into, or try to put ideas onto you. Go deeper than that. Find the root. You need to connect with your soul, because there is a war on spirituality right now. There's a war on people's souls. And if you keep disconnecting from it and moving away from it, the easier you are to manipulate and control. So go deeper. Okay? Trust yourself. Now let's get a final card. Okay, so you gotta hold your vision. So don't let other forces stray you away from that what you seek in life. Okay, because a lot of people right now are in this mist and confusion because the media and other people have been telling them, you need to care about this, you need to do this, you need to stop caring about this. You have this one life, and sure, we do reincarnate and have other lives, but it will never be the same as this specific life, in this specific body, in this physical look you have, and all these details of your life. It will never be the same again. So don't waste time on crap that you don't need in your life. Don't waste time watching videos that only bring you down or add more anxiety to you. If everyone stopped watching the news right now, the world will be a different place. Because it's through the news, it's through these sources that you are being told how to feel, what to think. Imagine if it's possible that the enemies that you think are your enemies aren't actually your enemies at all, but people who just think like you as well. Imagine if the tyrants of our world aren't actually tyrants, but your countries are making them out to be tyrants because they want you to think this in order to add more hate to those people or those countries, when it's all unnecessary and not even real. So stop adapting and absorbing things that others tell you. If you don't know for yourself 100%, then why even listen to others? Okay? So you need to get away from this confusion and this fog and start going deep down within yourself. Connect with your inner self. Stop having small talk. Stop using certain phrases and words that only spiral you into more hate. Okay? Connect with yourself. Who are you deep down? Who do you even want to be? Is it the same person, or have you strayed from your path? So if you have enjoyed this reading, please do subscribe. I will add more. Right now I'm currently going through a rebranding phase, so it might not be every week, but I will try. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and add a comment. Tell me which group you chose and what you think. If you do have any suggestions for future videos or anything, please do comment and tell me, and I will see you next time. Hey group 3, so this is the theme of your reading. Back to basics. Simplify, reduce, center. So you're being asked to go back to the basics. Maybe you have been overwhelmed with so much and you have no idea where to go with this, how to finish something, what to choose. So you're being asked to step back, refocus, and go back to what you know. Go back to the start. Maybe you'll find things, maybe you'll find a different outlook than you have before. So you need to simplify. Maybe there are junk and trash you need to let go of, crap you've been holding on to, whether emotionally or physically. It's time to simplify and reduce in your life. In whatever area that is, you will obviously know what you need to do, because it'll be different for everyone. Maybe some of you need to declutter your home, some of you maybe need to seek therapy and declutter your emotions. And remember that there is no shame in getting a therapist, because even if some people don't have traumas, they do speak to therapists just to sort of organize their thoughts. So don't feel ashamed if that's something you want to do, but maybe have been afraid of to actually go and seek out. Okay, so let's see what your tarot has to say. Okay, I'm feeling here that some of you may be in the dark about some certain things. Some of you may be helping others a lot, but forgetting yourselves. There is this is a time for some of you where you can't just stay back and think and take your time on something. It's time to actually act on it. Maybe you've been having ideas on certain things on how to do them or what to do, and you've been planning and all those things are in your mind, but you need to act on it now. Some of you that have been held in the dark about certain things, maybe there are secrets, maybe currently there just isn't enough information about something that you've been looking or seeking for. Know that trusting your intuition will serve you well. So if you feel like you shouldn't rush something, don't rush it, even if a part of you thinks, yeah, but maybe I need to do this by this certain date or something. Trust the intuition. If you feel like there is no rush involved, don't rush it. on the opposite end, if you do feel that you should be rushing, even though on the material plane it may seem like you have enough time, then try to plan things out. But there's a feeling like there's a lot of decluttering, even mental decluttering, that you need to work on in order for things to feel right, for things to sort of connect and fall into place. There's just a lot of simplifying you need to do, and some of you need to know that even though things may seem bleak and stuff right now, there is a happiness that awaits for you when you start decluttering. Okay? And some of you may be stingy with some type of material abundance, maybe money or clothes or something. Try to look within and ask yourself, why is it that you keep holding on to something tightly? Okay? Maybe it's time to share, maybe it's time to give back. So, for you guys, this is a time to just simplify your life. Okay? Okay, you got the old ones, which is interesting because the old ones are like possibly your ancestors, the ancients, or just those that have existed before, those that have created the path before. And why it is interesting is because it sort of connects back to the basics. If you are someone watching this video that has a spiritual practice, especially that's rooted now in this New Age thing, please remember that there is the New Age, even though some aspects of it are rooted to the ancient ways, a lot of it is now rooted in Satanism. Okay, keep that in mind. If that isn't something that you prefer to walk with, it is important that you go back to the basics and find books that have been written before this whole New Age movement. Try to look deeper in historical books on that religion or sect or whatever it is that you want to follow, that you feel a part of deep inside. Try to read books that are rooted in that ancient way. Okay? Because a lot of this stuff now feels right, but it's cluttered, and they're basically trying to guide us in a direction that, how should I say this? That leads our soul in a more negative light. Okay? So if you're following this one path, maybe this is why you got the moon card, where you aren't seeing all the information. You're being kept in the dark with what you are practicing. So be vigilant and try to find books that are more legit in sources, that are, or even if you aren't sure what is legit in source, try to at least read many sources to find the core. Okay? So for example, if you're into Wicca, witchcraft, whatever, don't just read these new books that are coming out. Try to look at the ancient ways of how it used to be. So you don't have to read books that are oriented in the religion itself, but look at historical books that talk about certain regions where this religion is mentioned, or where this all is rooted from. Okay, so try to research more into it. And above all else, instead of just reading books, just use your intuition. Because not everyone's spirituality will look the same. We may have the same outcome, as in we all want freedom, love, to be accepted even if others may not like us, at least respect and tolerate us type thing. But our spiritual ways of practices will be different. Okay? Everyone now that is in spirituality thinks that they need crystals, tarot, and all these things. You don't. Okay? Just, if you love a specific crystal, it doesn't mean you have to collect every crystal. There's some that won't be for you. There's some that you will feel more attracted to. And maybe you just aren't a crystal person. So look within and practice what feels natural to you. Okay, that's what this Back to the Basics card is telling you. Look for what is natural to you and not what books are telling you spirituality looks like. Okay, because everyone's spirituality isn't a religion, first of all. You need to understand that spirituality is a way of life. So everyone's life will look different because we all have different paths. What is natural to you may not be natural to me. Maybe you like sitting around a bonfire or dancing around it. Someone else may think, that's weird, I don't like to dance. Maybe for them, they like standing in the shallow stream of a water and just breathing. To some, that may look boring and they like something more thrilling. So everyone's way of life, everyone's spiritual connection to the divine will be different. No book will tell you, and they shouldn't tell you, what spirituality looks like, because it will be natural to you. What do you feel drawn to? What calls to you deep inside? That is your spirituality. Okay? So listen to that. Let's get one more card for you. Okay, so you got your dreams need a practical plan. So this is what I'm telling you. You've been possibly all over the place. Some information has been hidden from you. There's just a lot happening here, and you need to sit down with yourself and create this plan. How does this job you're thinking about look like? How does this home life you want look like? How does this relationship you crave for look like? And when you find that visual and that feeling of what it is you want this thing to look like, then you can finally find the steps how to move towards that. What can you do now that will create this thing you're working towards to be? Okay? So you guys, if you like this reading, please give it a like, and if you do want to see more, I will also create art videos, time-lapse videos and stuff. Do subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment, tell me what group you chose, how you felt about it. Did you resonate with it? I would love to know. And if you do have any other suggestions and stuff, do comment, okay? I will see you in the next one. Have a great day, and that's all for now.